Let's remember Donald Trump and just how low of an IQ he has. First, Brittany Mahomes, the wife of NFL great Patrick Mahomes, has shown her loyalty to Trump, JD Vance, and Project 2025.
From an unwelcome champagne shower to accusations of racist tweets, people love to hate Brittany Mahomes.
Well, I actually like Mrs. I actually like Mrs. Mahomes much better, if you want to know the truth. She's a big Trump fan. I was not a Taylor Swift fan. It was just a question of time. You couldn't possibly endorse Biden. You look at Biden, you couldn't possibly endorse him. But she's a very liberal person. She seems to always endorse a Democrat, and she'll probably pay a price for it in the marketplace. But no, I like Brittany. I think Brittany's great. Brittany got a lot of news last week. She's a big MAGA fan. That's the one I like much better than Taylor Swift.
She even got a shout out from the president himself because it's easier to do this and score cheap political points than govern.
Make America great again. Let's do it.
Then there was Patrick Mahomes' mother, Randy, heaping praise on the convicted felon.
Former President Trump referenced you and your family again today on Fox News in relation to his campaign. I just wonder what your reaction is to seeing that.
Yeah, I think I've always said I don't want my place and my platform to be used to endorse a candidate or do whatever. Either way, I think my place is to inform people to get registered to vote. It's to inform people to do their own research and then make their best decision for them and their family. And so I think that's every time I'm on this stage and I get asked these questions, I'm going to refer back to that because I think that's what makes America so great.
While Patrick does not endorse or show his hand, his family has shown theirs, which takes us to this.
And so you had the AFC Championship game just happened yesterday, and somehow that's a thing that Trump deserves praise for, because he said, "Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. What a great team, coach, quarterback, and virtually everything else, including those fantastic fans that voted for me, MAGA, in record numbers." This doesn't have anything to do. They don't care about you, dude. They're super excited to, I guess, win again or whatever the Chiefs always do. He says, likewise, congratulations to the Buffalo Bills on a tremendous season. They will do a lot of winning long into the future.
Now, let's pause here.
Hey guys, quick break in the action. I have a new show coming out called The Rick Strom Show. It is going to be awesome. I'm interviewing musicians, athletes, producers, writers, journalists, authors, sports doctors. Go check it out at youtube.com/@TheRickStromShow. Also be sure to throw me a follow on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. It can all be found in the description box below. Thank you.
Yes, he is praising himself, but it should be noted on the Chiefs fans voted for me in record numbers. Look how great I am. One simple question. As the Boers and Bernstein show once said many years back, who you crapping? Kansas City voted heavily in favor of Kamala Harris. As a matter of fact, it really wasn't even close if you look at the raw data. Now, maybe, just maybe, he got his geography mixed up because, he can do that. In 2020, when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, he tweeted, "Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs on a great game and a fantastic comeback under immense pressure. You represented the great state of Kansas." And in fact, the entire USA, so very well. Our country is proud of you. Does anyone notice a slight problem here with all of this? Where is Kansas City located, man? This is grade level stuff. Unbelievable. On another front.
Okay, so I admittedly know very little about football, but what I do know is that the Philadelphia Eagles have to win the Super Bowl. They have to. Because what I do know is that the Kansas City Chiefs are very MAGA coded. Like, they're very MAGA coded. And, like, if the Kansas City Chiefs win, well, I'll never hear the end of it. ever. Like, between the Swifties, MAGA, like, Jalen Hurts has to do this for the culture. And I know that that's an unfair amount of pressure to put on him, but, like, he has to do this for Black people.
TikToker Brie Deshawn gives her perspective. Outside of sports, though, there is something very serious going on in the Kansas City metro area that Trump probably doesn't want you to know about.
The largest recorded outbreak in United States history of tuberculosis is occurring currently in the Kansas City, Kansas metro area, mainly in Wyandotte County, but also in Johnson County as well. There are currently 79 active and 213 latent cases of tuberculosis. What I mean by that is that it is caused by a bacteria called Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Some people can carry the bacteria and not have outwardly symptoms. That's what latent TB is, versus active TB is where you become symptomatic. This is typically spread through prolonged exposure to someone who is coughing or sneezing. It can also be spread through raw milk as well. This information is coming from the Kansas Department of Health and Environment, and right now they believe that the risk to the general public is low. However, an outbreak like this normally would be alerted to the general public and physicians through the CDC's Health Alert Network, which is not happening right now because there is still a pause that's been issued by the executive branch of the government to federal health agencies. This pause needs to stop as quickly as possible because to tackle public health problems, communications is key.
One more video from John at TDR, who brought up some really good points that we should not forget.
I just want to remind everyone that literally less than 1 year ago, Donald Trump's political movement was saying different things about the Chiefs, okay? Because at that point, when it looked like the Chiefs were going to win the whole thing, they thought that somehow that would be bad for them politically because one of the players is dating a pop star, and the pop star has kind of been supportive of the Democrats, and so we can't let that be. So every single one of us is going to agree and state as a fact on all of our platforms, on TV and on the internet, that the Super Bowl has been rigged to help Biden win the election. And they said that over and over and over. The New York Times had to do a bunch of coverage on the MAGA meltdown over it. Vivek Ramaswamy, who I guess was in Doge up until recently, said, I wonder who's gonna win the Super Bowl next month. And I wonder if there's a major presidential endorsement coming from an artificially, culturally propped up couple this fall. Yeah, everybody's just pretending that like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, they don't really mean it. Anyway, that's what they were saying. Now, there's not an election, so they want to be a part of it.
If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.